Hello, I'm Dr. Matt Young from Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital. We're a proud supporter of game day since day one. We want to wish all of our local high schools a safe and healthy football season. If you find yourself in need, be sure to visit us for all your emergency care and outpatient imaging at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, 4646 Cowhorn Creek Road.
Good evening. This is Jay Davis with Texarkana Game Day, and we are about 15 minutes away from kickoff. This presentation of Pleasant Grove Hawk Football is sponsored by Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, Gregor Auto, and State Bank. Tonight's play-by-play will be provided by Quinn Stanfield, and former PG coach and forever PG Hawk Lucas Walker will be joining myself, providing some color. Been a beautiful day today with temperatures reaching about 82. But as we're approaching kickoff, we're going to be looking at about 74 degrees and clear skies and a 0% chance of rain. And should not have any impact of the wind tonight. Tonight's game is being played at Hawk Stadium here in Texarkana. And tonight's match is going to be between the blue and white Panthers of Spring Hill and the black and gold Pleasant Grove Hawks. Both of these teams coming in with a 3-4 record, but Pleasant Grove is perfectly district, and Spring Hill is looking for their first district win. Lucas, how's your day been, and what are you looking forward to tonight?
It's been a busy day, but I'm super excited to be out here watching football again on this nice Friday night evening. Kind of like last week, I feel like we finally got some football weather that's really a perfect night, about 65 degrees, I guess. And, I just look for Pleasant Grove to come out kind of like they did last week. A lot of guys didn't get a lot of touches, like Bordley. I think he had 3 touches for 3 touchdowns or 4.
Well, and it's time to pull him out when he's scoring every time he touches the ball.
Yeah, exactly, and that means that's a good night. So I expect Bordley to get a lot more carries tonight, and I look for us to pick off of last week and continue to keep working hard in district and try to get to 3-0 tonight.
Well, and I think tonight we'll see a little bit more of the wrinkles that Coach Gibson is known to bring out throughout the season. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what additions and the different packages that this offense is going to be able to bring out tonight.
Yeah, you saw us a little bit. I think we practiced a lot last week against North Lamar. We had a lot of plays in shotgun. And I expect us to come out tonight and probably show a little bit more of shotgun. I mean, last week we really didn't need it, but I feel like that's what we were practicing kind of last week on that. And I expect us to come out a little bit more in shotgun and show a little bit of wrinkle and put Bordley out wide. I think he's second, maybe in the area in Texarkana with receiving yards with 300 and something yards, and I expect for him to have a big night tonight.
Well, last week they definitely had plenty of running backs to be able to go through, and I believe that we're even going to see a few more running backs touch the ball tonight.
Yeah,
So-
Davion Stewart, I feel like could have a big night tonight. He last week broke a lot of long runs. I think he didn't have very many touches, but he had a lot of yards and a couple touchdowns. So I'm excited to see him also tonight.
Well, last year this game was actually canceled. Spring Hill was hit with some COVID, and so we don't have anything to go off of last year. But last week, Spring Hill was defeated by Liberty Ilo 21-15, but they were leading 15-6 with less than 3 minutes to go. And Ellie ended up running back a pick six, had a
Big catch.
third and out, and then scored with like 8 seconds to go.
Yeah, big catch down on about the 5-yard line, and they scored a couple plays later. But Spring Hill probably, I feel like, was pretty happy with the way they performed, I feel like, last week. With LE being all the success they've had this week. So I would expect Spring Hill to come out hot and pretty fiery off of last week with the way they ended. But, I mean, their fans, I'm sure, were up the whole game. I mean, speaking from a football perspective, I would say that Spring Hill was winning 99% of the game besides the last 2 minutes of the game.
And I do think that was a huge confidence builder for their team. And, I mean, you hate, going into your third district game not winning one. But if you played Gilmer and Liberty Ilo first, I can understand that.
100%. I feel like those are the top 3 teams in the district, which I think Pittsburgh is right behind that, and Spring Hill. I think, I mean, obviously depends on how tonight goes, but I feel like we're definitely the top 2 teams, and Liberty Ilo is right there with us. And so it'll be an interesting night tonight to see how Pleasant Grove comes and respond. I think we'll learn a lot about our team tonight.
Well, nobody's going to win district tonight, but you do have Pleasant Grove, Liberty Ilo, and Gilmer all 2-0. With Liberty Ilo and Gilmer playing each other, that's definitely going to change tonight. And then you actually have 3 teams that don't have wins in the district yet, but the way that this is laid out, any of those 3 teams can still get those third and fourth spots.
Exactly. I think a win tonight puts us in the playoffs.
Correct.
Which would be how many years Gibson's been here, is the 6th year, 7th year. We take it to the playoff session, which is very good, obviously, for Pleasant Grove, and I expect that tonight. But obviously, you never know with football on Friday nights.
Well, you've got Pleasant Grove coming in and hoping to be able to get their 4th win of the season to get them back to even. Pardon me. But I do think that you're going to have a tough match tonight. And, Spring Hill does have the confidence of, leading practically the entire game last week. So I don't think that Pleasant Grove can look past this game for sure.
Yeah, I expect Pleasant Grove to, like I said, feed a lot to Bordley, try to get out of the perimeter, because I think that's where we've been successful all year, is when we get outside and play hot defense, which is running to the football and making the tackle when we first connect. Yards after carry is going to be huge for Spring Hill if they want to compete with Pleasant Grove.
Well, coming into this game, I was watching some film on Spring Hill, and it looked like some tackling was a little bit lax for them. But in the first half last week, they held Liberty Ilo to less than 100 yards total offense, and it looked like they turned around and were actually creating those quick tackles, not necessarily giving up those extra yards. I don't know if they can do that tonight with Bordley. I don't know if they can do that tonight with McFadden, and keep going down the list of running backs.
Yeah, and you named young running backs.
Yes.
Speaking of Pleasant Grove, I know we speak of this every week, but Pleasant Grove is a super, super young team. And I think they're getting better and better every week, and we've seen that on the defensive side. throughout the last four weeks, I would say. We've seen a lot of guys that it's their first week playing defense, and they're just getting better and better every week, such as McFadden you just mentioned. And he's a guy that's going to be an eye to watch for the next couple years. And Bordley on defense, and Torion Phillips that played last week. And I'm super excited to see him playing against an offense such as Spring Hill compared to North Lamar last week.
Well, and it's going to be interesting to see exactly just who is going to be able to step up tonight in that running back role. So when you start looking at the stats, you've got Jalen Bordley, JoJo Bailey, you've got R.J. Collins. Let's see, who else did I see here?
Davion Stewart. First week was last week.
Yeah, Caden McFadden, R.J. Collins, Ezra Youngblood. You know, they're all averaging more than 5 yards a carry.
Yeah.
And, you know, anytime you can do that in high school, you're going to have some success on a Friday night.
Yeah, if you're averaging more than 5 yards a carry, then technically you're going to have a really, really good night on the offensive side. And I look for our offense to pick up off of last week and have another breakout game. And if they can do that going into these next couple weeks, which are going to be the toughest challenges that we've had in district play, I think it's going to be a really positive and leading us upwards towards playoff season.
Well, what are your thoughts and what are your expectations coming out of tonight's game with Liberty Allo and Gilmer?
Man, it's being Gilmer. Gilmer is a explosive team. I would love for LE to knock them off and us win tonight and just make this next week a very, very special moment in Texarkana. You know, from my experiences, Pleasant Grove and Liberty Allo has always had great games. You always play harder. There's always more bigger hits. There's always just different emotions running around when you play Liberty Allo team. So I hope they go down there and compete with those guys, and we get a good showing here next week.
Well, I can assure you that those that want to watch the Pleasant Grove Liberty Allo game next week, they better have their tickets bought by probably Tuesday.
Luckily, we're over Texarkana game day.
True.
We'll be able to get our tickets, hopefully.
Had a few people sneak peeks at my media badge tonight, so I'm definitely wearing that proudly so I can walk in areas that they can't.
Yeah, exactly. And I drove in today. Luckily, I didn't bring my badge, and luckily I knew the guy that was at the gate, and he let me come through.
So you didn't need a stinking badge, huh?
Next week I will over at Liberty Allo, I'd say.
Yes. Well, it does look like the team is on the field.
Spring Hill hasn't came out yet.
Looks like they are under the. I don't even think they're inflatable yet.
And I think we came out a little bit early. We still got 6.5 minutes. I would say that most teams probably come out with a couple minutes left on it, and we can hit our national anthem quick and then get ready to roll for kickoff.
Well, a little bit earlier, before we came on live, we actually brought on all of our young cheerleaders, and they came and did a performance for everyone. And it's amazing to see how many young girls are out there, wanting to be, that Pleasant Grove cheerleader. Same with the Showstoppers. They've got their select group of girls out there, and I think that they'll actually have a routine that they'll perform during halftime. So tonight's halftime presentation will be extra special, I believe.
It's awesome to see, young kids trying to live out a dream of an older person, and even like the older high school girls showing so much interest in these younger girls. It's really, truly remarkable watching this, and I just love seeing people compete and want to get better in a certain sport. So it is really nice.
Well, I love seeing the wide-eyed of all the young kids when they are around our young students, and whether our high school students want to or not, they're looked up to, and so it's fun to see them take them hand in hand escort them around the stadium.
Looks like we got Spring Hill about to run out of their tunnel. I would love to give a shout out to Texarkana A&M baseball team today. They came over to my house and actually picked up a bunch of equipment that I'm going to have for Walker Resolution. It was around 18,000 pounds of equipment, and they came with 20 trucks, and we got it all filled up, and they came over there and filled up their trucks, and we took it to my building, Walker Resolution. And I'd just really like to give a shout out to Coach Jones over at Texarkana A&M baseball program. He's the head coach, and Mr. and Mrs. Galvan. Mr. Galvan is the athletic director over at Texarkana A&M, and I appreciate everything that you did for me today. Thank you.
Well, what's so great about our community is that you hear that from so many of our programs of, new people moving in. You've got, these young men that are helping, move houses. And so, I've heard of some opportunities that Coach Gibson has asked his players to help out, and I know that other high schools have done that too. But we do want to take a moment here and respect our national anthem. It's always good to be able to begin our games with our national anthem, and that Pleasant Grove Pride and Motion Band does such a phenomenal job playing that, and also giving us such a great halftime performance.
Number 10, Brendan Ferguson. Number 30, Brooks Hill.
And we'll go ahead and take time just to share that Spring Hill, in their two district games, have yet to have scored more than 15 points a game. And I think in order to beat Pleasant Grove tonight, they're definitely going to have to exceed that.
I would say Spring Hill's defense has played well obviously against Liberty Isle last week, holding them to 6 points all the way until the middle of the fourth quarter. So I think those guys are on the rise up, kind of like how we played Carthage that one time, and we held them pretty tight, obviously, 3 points at halftime, and that's when you started seeing our defense take off. So I could see Spring Hill picking up on that.
It's game day in Hog Nation.
It's my favorite part of the night.
Hawks return home with a record of 2-0 in district play. Last week, the entire 2021 Hawk football team and 2 individual players entered into the PG record book after taking North Lamar to the train station. Tonight, the Hawks look to continue that winning streak because that train only runs one direction. 3 regular season games remain. The district championship hangs in the balance. Hog Nation, these guys need you to get behind them because we're better when we fight together. Dominic Toretto said, "I ain't got friends, I got family." Hawks, look up in the stands. We are your ride or die. We are Hog Nation. Hawk fans, get on your feet and make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday night. You're in Hawk Stadium. Let's play some football!
You can't get excited after hearing Quinn opening up a football game. You need to turn the TV off.
Man, that gives me goosebumps every time. And they kicked it to the guy I wouldn't kick it to. Every time.
And there's plenty of film. There's plenty of film to know not to kick it to him. And that is Keelan Benton. And he just showed out on the opening kickoff to take Pleasant Grove up 6-0 with 11 seconds.
Keelan Bennett, I say it every week. I would find him on the kickoff return team and kick it to the opposite side every time, or onside kick it.
Quinn, I didn't even get the opportunity to introduce you tonight because the festivities started quick.
Hey, that's all right, man. I'll make that trade every single time. That's easy. Enrique Rios' point after is good off the kickoff, the hold from Alex Galvan. That took all of 11 seconds for the Hawks to put the first score on the board.
Well, here's the end of this replay, and Keelan is crossing that goal line right now.
Seconds into the ball game. Your score is Spring Hill 0, Pleasant Grove 7.
Man, he does that week in and week out. He almost had one last week, but he got tripped up by the kicker. Yeah. And the week before that, he almost had one too. It's every single week he almost had. He is a playmaker on that kickoff return team. He is a star.
Now they did have him in a different spot this week.
Well,
so
yeah, they saw where they were kicking that, but Spring Hill didn't pick up where he was at, I'm guessing.
Yes.
I would know, if I was a special teams coordinator, I would know exactly where Keelan Bennett is at.
Keelan's got a different gear that he hangs on to and doesn't throw it into that gear until he sees the opening and then he's ready. He doesn't run at that gear all the time.
No, he sees that opening and he shoots through it like a great kickoff return guy.
And what was so fun, it was right at the 50 where he was in front of us to be able to watch that.
Enrique Rios kicks it deep for the Hawks. It's taken by number 6, Jordan Jones for the Panthers. He is met at the 10-yard line and brought down by several Hawks.
Jordan Jones takes the kickoff for the Panthers, but he is brought down at the 10-yard line, so they'll begin this drive.
That's definitely not the field position that Spring Hill wanted to start out with.
Panthers begin this possession at the 14-yard line. Number 1, Jack Stovall is under center. Well, it's actually in the shotgun, but he's the quarterback for the Panthers. Shift the fullback to the left side. There's a handoff. I believe that was number 2, Devontae Powers, with his first carry of the evening, right up the middle.
Interesting to see Bordley not on the defensive side to start the series.
Well, hopefully that means he'll be on the offense a little bit more tonight.
Exactly. Got the big D-line, big young D-line out there tonight. Coy Martin, that used to be outside backer, I see he's starting defensive end.
Stovall calls for the snap, hands it off to Powers once again. Might have got a yard up the middle.
Stovall's already got more than 1,100 yards passing this year, so I do expect them to probably pass a little bit more than what Pleasant Grove has faced in district so far.
Alex Galvan out at corner. He used to be a safety earlier in the year. I like this move because he can run and he's a rangy guy that can lock up somebody.
Stovall hands off to Powers around the left side, but he is met on the end with nowhere to go.
And that is Colin Manning getting there quick to make that stop.
The only way to make that stop at safety is if your eyes are really good, and he must have been reading his key great right there. Saw him down block, Poole came across, and he fit it really nice.
And it looked like Spring Hill had, helmet on helmet, but when your safety comes up that quick.
That's how defense is supposed to work right there. Get them moving sideways and
Pleasant Grove does not have anybody back for this punt.
It's a good punt. That was number 17, Ashton Thomas, is the punter for the Panthers. Got a little bit of a Panther roll, so took the ball down to about the 39.5 or so yard line, where Pleasant Grove will begin this drive. Correction, let me make that the 34.5.
Ball is slotted down at the 35-yard line where the Hawks will begin this drive.
Halter under center. R.J. Collins top of the formation. Halter drops back to pass. He's throwing it up to Bordley. It's all kinds of pushing. Can't believe there's not a flag there. Ball falls incomplete.
Pass intended for Jalen Bordley falls incomplete.
Yeah, Bordley has reeled in 14 receptions this year and is averaging more than 21 yards every time he catches it. So he's probably going to be a good target.
Yeah, surprised that didn't draw a flag. I guess they're saying coming back for the ball caused the interference, but didn't get a flag for it. Bordley in motion going to his left. He takes the toss with one hand. He's got some room out there near the first down marker, about a yard short.
I think he was one guy away from breaking that for another touchdown for Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, number 18 for Spring Hill definitely stepped up there and made that play.
Well, based on where they spotted the ball, it was a little further away than I thought it was going to be, so he's about 3 yards short. Third down for the Hawks.
And that was Carson Tidwell that made that stop.
Pass is intercepted and taken back for a pick six, but there is a flag near the 45-yard line.
If that was Zane Mason, it looked like Pleasant Grove was offsides.
I would say Pleasant Grove got a false start there, but it should have been called dead if it was a false start. Play should have never happened.
It looked like Halter at quarterback, like he picked his foot up and put it down about 3 times, trying to get Bordley to go in motion.
Looks like they are bringing the ball back, so
Pass is intercepted and taken back for a score, but there was a flag on the play. Offsides called against Spring Hill.
and I'm not sure I want to see that play again. We'll just let the refs
well,
call.
We do not need to see the replay of that play because I think it might have been a false start on us. Oh, there it is. We said we didn't need to see the replay.
Hawks put the ball on the ground. It was looked like they were moving Bordley in motion like it was going to be a toss, but then he stopped and came right back up for the handoff. The ball's on the ground at the 46-yard line. And Pleasant Grove seems to have gotten it back.
Well, I was about to say an old basketball legend said, "Ball don't lie." So I assumed that fumble was about to correct the call from the referees.
I think the Hawks are trying to pull out some new things, so they're getting some work in. Halter drops back to pass. He has got a receiver open. That's caught. That is JoJo Bailey with the reception at the 39-yard line.
Good ball right there by Jared Halter.
And that was Dominique Alexander there on the coverage. A little soft, but he was definitely there to not allow any additional yardage.
Well, I said the wrong yard line again. It's the 42. I'm going to get him right in a minute. Let me get my head on straight. Halter hands off to Bailey. He's got blocking in front of him. One man to beat. At the 10. Tight wall broke him. Pushed out of bounds inside the 5-yard line for a 1st and goal.
Well, it was good to see Ben Bricker continue his efforts down the field to get him those additional yards by blocking. Once he clears the line, he's got Bricker in front of him in the screen right now.
JoJo Bailey again working up. Looked like a little draw play, kind of shifted it back up on the right side.
Number 81 there, Emery Allen, was there for the stop, but brings up a short 2nd and goal.
Who's the ball going to?
You know what? I think I'm going to go with Davion. I know you're going to say Bordley.
We're on the one. It's almost been. Here it comes. Hut.
Bordley's got it. Battling, nowhere to go, though. He's met and brought down.
Spring Hill did play that very, very well and kept Bordley upright. Referees called the play dead before he was stripped of the ball. And that takes us to 7 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
So it's 3rd down and goal at the 2-yard line. Halter's got a man wide open. That is a touchdown catch for Garrett Harrison, his first of the season.
Wow, what a play on the 1-yard line.
And he was wide open. Ran a great route.
Yeah, it looked like a little pivot out route, and went in and faked like he was running in, poked back out, and right there, Jarrett threw a strike right to him.
Well, and that shows a lot of trust in your freshman quarterback to call that on 3rd down.
Rio's point after is good. The hold of Alex Galvan. So with 7:02 left in the first quarter, your score is Spring Hill Panthers 0, Pleasant Grove Hawks 14. Hawks have got to like how this has started out in one sense, but not probably been happy with the way they've let the ball go a couple of times. An interception, a fumble, and then a strip over here. Even though it didn't count, you still want your guys to be, controlling the ball a little better than that.
Well, and the good thing is that is something that you can talk about and correct, because you can't make those type of mistakes when you start getting into the playoffs.
Rios kicks it deep. This one's going to go into the end zone for the touchback. Great kickoff.
Well, this Spring Hill defense has been giving up 33 a game, and that may be exceeded tonight, but we do see this Spring Hill offense coming back out, and if they can answer, it's going to stay a ball game.
I think Pleasant Grove, in conference is given them 3.5 points in district. 7 to Pittsburgh and 0 last week, yeah.
Stovall takes a snap. He's looking downfield, trying to go deep in a one-on-one situation. The pass was intended for number 10, Brennan Ferguson, and the coverage was given by G-Baby. Let me correct that. That wasn't him. I believe that was Corbin Franklin, wasn't it?
No, that was G-Baby. You were correct. Number 9.
He just kept running.
That was excellent coverage, man.
Well, last week, Reese Elrod really did not get the ball run on his edge of the field, and so he's chomping at the bit to make some plays tonight.
Finally feel that contact.
Yeah, last week was Reese's lowest tackle stats that he's had of the whole season, but it's just simply because they didn't go towards him. And a handoff went on the right side, and the Hawks met him in the backfield for a big loss on the play.
Looks like Caden McFadden stepped in there, number 1. Had the opportunity to visit with him a little bit during the week, and such a great young man.
Man, I can't say enough about him. I was able to coach him last year and coach him a little bit in the baseball season. He's a heck of a baseball player too. You probably see him a little bit on with Pleasant Grove's baseball varsity this year.
Stovall in the shotgun, drops back and looking downfield. He's rolling to his right, nobody really there. Throws it straight down the sideline, batted down, falls incomplete.
And Keelan did a great job getting in front of that ball and batting it down.
Great defense by the Hawks. Brings up 4th down.
And I did not see any open Panther during that play.
No, everybody was locked down. They definitely had the blanket on them.
So this time the Panthers line up to punt, and the Hawks have Jalen Boardley back to receive. Hawks were close to blocking it, and the punter went down, but we don't see any flag anywhere over there. The ball is touched down at the 30-yard line.
The Panther roll on their punts tonight has been pretty incredible.
Punt was almost blocked. A good job getting it away. The ball is spot down to the 30-yard line where the Hawks will begin this possession.
Got 6:08 left in the first quarter as the Hawks come from the sideline to the 30-yard line to begin this possession. No huddle. Going straight to work. To give to R.J. Collins around the right side. Picks up good positive yards for Pleasant Grove.
And Emory Allen was there for the stop.
Collins around the right side for the Hawks.
Keep that about 2 yards short of a first down.
Brings up 2nd down.
The RJ was running, I believe, at full speed about the time that he took the ball from
I don't think people realize how hard it is to actually turn that quick and hand that ball off to that guy. It takes a lot of practice.
It's a handoff to Damian Stewart. He's got nothing but room in front of him. Takes it inside the 40-yard line, past midfield. Big Pleasant Grove run right there.
James Thomas had to stop him back in his safety position.
Inside the 40-yard line for the Hawks first down.
I'd say he's keeping his 15 yards a carry average up after that carry. Probably just raised it a couple.
He helped it some.
R.J. Collins up to the right side again on the jet sweep. Down near the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, the only recommendation that I could give to him on that play is wait for your pulling guard. He outran his pulled guard in a hurry.
There's a little pep in the step of the Hawks tonight. I kind of like it. There's some urgency, some excitement. JoJo Bailey around the right end, inside the 25-yard line. It's a Pleasant Grove first down.
You know, you just see a lot of hats on hats. Like when you look up, you see the offensive lineman on somebody, and that's a good sight to see. That's what we didn't see in the first couple of weeks, I feel like, of the team. And obviously, we're really super young, and it's super exciting to see that come together over the past couple of weeks.
Well, on the Spring Hill side of the ball, I am very impressed with Emory Allen. That's about his 5th stop tonight.
Halter's thrown to the corner of the end zone, one-on-one situation. That's a touchdown for the Hawks.
Wow. If he was meaning to throw a back shoulder, that was a perfect back shoulder.
Well, it's not often that you're going to pull off a double move in high school, and that's what he just did. This replay is going to be fun.
Great adjustment.
Yeah. Up here in the press box talking about the adjustment that he made to catch that ball. But this double move was pretty impressive.
Fake throw and then see it right here.
Pleasant Grove Hawks 21.
Looks like the corner sat on it a little bit, which was good of him, but then leaning into him and adjusting to that ball at the last second is exactly what you want to do.
Yeah, if he throws that ball anywhere else, it's probably going to get picked. But throwing it behind him like that gave his receiver a chance to make an athletic move.
That is his second receiving touchdown of the year, so
you know, for Jarrett Halter, and that's really good stuff for him. Again, we've talked about this all season, but a freshman coming in and trying to drive the train, he needs to go into these next couple of games, especially with some confidence, and so that's got to help him a whole lot. Kickoff is taken by number 21, Brian Keeley. Kind of bobbled it at first, but corralled it and brought it back in. Got a player down. That might be. I thought that was the guy that took the kickoff, but I believe it's not now. It's number 16, Dominic Alexander, is down for the Panthers.
and let's go ahead and take a commercial break, and we'll be back.
Care Clinic is seeking to change the way that multi-specialty medicine is delivered. We believe that a meaningful one-on-one relationship with our patients is at the core of every successful outcome. Our staff is ready to welcome you to our family expert providers. Our mission is to keep you healthy and live an enjoyable life.
Welcome to Eagle Dental Center's location on Moores Lane in Texarkana. Owned and operated by local dentists, each room is well appointed with a clean and inviting environment. Clinical technology has advanced, and so have we. Using the latest equipment and techniques, we adhere to all CDC guidelines. Our doctors are here for you and will carefully listen to your concerns to improve your oral health. To join the Eagle Dental family, visit our website, eagledentaltxk.com.
Well, it's good to see that we do have the Spring Hill player up, and he is being assisted off the field, but glad to see that he was at least able to get up onto his feet.
He's a key player on their team, I would say, too, starting that safety position for him on defense. I'm pretty sure he plays a lot of offense as well.
And he's one of their senior leaders as well.
Stovall is met with a big hit by Lance Jackson, number 40.
And before he could even think about where he was going to throw that, Lance was all over Stovall, getting back there extremely quick.
I think I was looking down at his older brother down here on the sidelines tonight after his surgery this last weekend, and he's down here cheering hard for his little brother, which is awesome.
Well, what's fun is from our position, and I don't know if you guys have heard her or not, but his mama is sitting right in front of us, and you can just hear her screaming. Stovall throws a little slant and is caught by number 30, Brooks Hill, but he got a big boy hit put on him by one of the Hawk defenders.
Yeah, he was there to make that hit, and I believe that was Colin Manning. And if Spring Hill didn't know who Colin Manning was, they do now.
Big hit right there, and that gets defense fired up more than anything right there.
Well, it makes him to think about it next time they call him to run that route. I'm not real sure I want to this time.
Little alligator arms next time, maybe.
Stovall in the backfield by himself in the shotgun, looking downfield. He's trying to throw the out. I believe the Hawk defender might have had a shot at getting to that ball, but he chose to go for the receiver.
And Collins saw that coming. He was playing deep safety there, and, I mean, right when the ball was hiked, he was running full blast to that spot.
It looked like they went to a zero coverage, and they're bringing the house on that empty check. And it looks like Colin was playing safety and was like, oh, gosh, that's my guy over there. I better get down there and go cover him. So he got down there in perfect timing and broke up that pass.
Pleasant Grove once again holds them to another punt.
So Ashton Thomas, number 17, comes in to punt for the Panthers. Jalen Bordley's back to receive.
Oh,
major holding. There's a flag. I believe the Hawks would have had that one blocked if the jersey of Victor Shaw hadn't been grabbed from behind. I hope we get to see a replay on that one.
I think his pads almost came off.
Well, they say that some flags are not bad, and that was definitely a good hold.
He saved Spring Hill a block punt and possibly for a touchdown.
Yes.
First down, Pleasant Grove.
So the Hawks declined that penalty and have the ball first down at the 43-yard line. 2 minutes, 29 seconds left in the first quarter with a 21-0 lead.
So the guy on the sideline is probably thinking, I'm glad I held him right there. Penalty got declined. No penalty against me.
That's right.
Good to roll.
I assume that's just Coach Gibson wants to take the ball where it is and work his offense a little bit. Nobody in the backfield. Jalen Bordley in motion around the left. He takes the ball on the toss, and he is running. Got down to about the 40-yard line. Probably going to be the 41.
Bang Brinkman was there to ride him to the ground.
Left side for the Hawks takes the ball down to the 42-yard line. That's another Pleasant Grove Hawks first down.
And like Quinn, you said earlier, the Hawks just seem to be running extra hard tonight.
They look like they have a little extra in them tonight, in the way they're playing, the way they're energized.
Halter's looking to throw. He's got a man open. That's JoJo Bailey. Makes the reception. Dances to the inside just a little bit, working towards the middle of the field. And the Hawks are pushing him forward and getting extra yards, about 5 or 7 yards. Panthers are saying they have the ball.
The guy threw out the ball, or threw out his bag a little late of fumbling, so it'd be interesting to see if he actually saw it.
And they are giving Spring Hill the ball, saying that they were able to strip him of the ball. And it's unfortunate when you're working that hard and you know you've got all those hands in there just trying to rip that ball out of your hands.
That's actually a hard catch to make. It's harder than you think because it just feels like the ball is floating up there forever, and you're trying to decide as a receiver, am I looking at the ball or am I looking at the guy that's going to hit me here in just a second? A really good job.
Well, the Pleasant Grove defense is here to limit the damage.
So there was a flag on the play, but it's been waved off.
Flag on the play has been waved off. First down.
That was good to keep fighting for that, for Spring Hill to keep fighting for that fumble, I would say, or the strip. That's what you want to do when somebody's held up like that. Come in there and try to strip it away as many as possible, or as many times as possible.
Well, and I also think it's good to see JoJo continue
100%.
to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Stovall's looking right. He hits his man like a little tunnel pass. That's caught by number 14, Austin Bell, as he takes the ball to the 30-yard line near a first down.
Usually that little play right there, a little fake the screen to the running back and throw it backside screen. It usually happens every time. Trying to get all those guys to run that way and then throw it backside.
Corbin was able to make a real good tackle there to limit them just short of the first down.
Exact same play.
BJ Rayfield was coming in strong from the outside. And the quarterback Stovall was just able to get that, I think, through his hands to his receiver.
We're under a minute in the first quarter. Clock still running. Ball at the 34-yard line. First down for the Panthers. Stovall hands it inside to Powers this time, who powers his way up the middle. Got about 5 out of it.
Colin Manning was the first Hawk to be there, and then joined quickly by Caden McFadden to bring him down for that 5-yard gain.
We're talking a lot about how people are playing hard tonight, and Colin Manning is one of those people. He's playing with his hair on fire tonight. He is all over the field so far in the first quarter.
Little trick play, little toss to the right side, to the left side.
It's always good to be able to call Reese Elrod's name there. I think Corbin Franklin is not going to want to see film on that one tomorrow because he did have him locked up for a loss.
Yeah, go ahead.
That does take us to the end of the first quarter where your Pleasant Grove Hawks are leading 21-0.
That play right there is one of those times when you get a plus and minus also on the same play. You get a plus for playing perfect technique, and you get a minus for missing the tackle. That's a tough one for the play, but at least it evens out.
Well, and the good thing is you did have your fellow Hawks there to limit that.
Exactly.
And I know that, Reese Elrod, I visited with him a little bit after the game last week, and he was proud that he did not have a lot of plays run towards him, but you could tell that he was definitely amped up to want to try to make as many plays as he can. So it's good to see him involved.
It's like the guy in baseball that gets intentionally walked. It's an honor.
Yes.
But every hitter wants to hit.
Barry Bonds. He's one of those guys that fiends for contact each and every week, which is a guy you want on that defensive side.
I think Barry Bonds wore more pads than what Reese Elrod's wearing tonight, though.
Stovall's looking right, throws a deep ball. That was intended for number 14, Austin Bell. Good coverage by the Hawks there.
Jax definitely has a good arm.
Yes, and Torion Phillips is one of those guys I was talking about before the game, and right there he was blanketed too. And it's exciting to see these corners playing tonight and how well they've covered so far on the perimeter with these tall and fast receivers.
Well, adding Torion to the cornerback role is definitely going to be a strong addition for this defense.
Just adding to the sophomore group.
Punt gets away. Jalen Borley, he fields this one. Makes a little juke move. Really nowhere to go, though, and he's brought down at about the 29-yard line.
Hopefully I won't mispronounce this young man's name too bad, but Favor Otawara is who made that stop there. And had he not made that stop, I think it would have been some interesting running.
Halter hands it off to Davion Stewart. Gets the ball up to the 47-yard line for Pleasant Grove. Great run by Stewart.
I really like the way this kid's running the football. He gets that ball and shoots right through the hole, and he hits it quick. And I'm excited to see what Josh is doing with, or Coach Gibson's doing with Davion Stewart. He's just tacking on to that 15 yards of carry.
Alex Galvan comes in as a wide out, top of the formation. There is a flag on the play.
Looks like offsides on Panthers.
Offsides being called against Spring Hill.
Referee was kind of tricking us there. He was looking towards the Pleasant Grove side, like it was going to be a legal formation.
So Hawks have the ball at the 48-yard line, as my friend Doug says, the 52. Handed off to JoJo Bailey. He's dancing around the right side, about one guy away from breaking a big one.
JoJo Bailey up the right side.
And there was Emory Allen making another stop.
That was a great stop by him, because if JoJo gets his arm extended on that stiff arm, I think he breaks away and goes for another 10 to 15 yards. Great form tackle right there.
Halter hands it off to Jalen Borley. Jalen's got nothing but room. One guy to beat. He's down to the 5. That's a Pleasant Grove touchdown.
Jalen Borley takes it in for a touchdown.
It's just impressive watching him run.
It is, especially right there at the end. You know, that guy had a great angle on him. He just separated himself to the pylon right there. Another great series right there by Pleasant Grove offense. I mean, on the last one, it ended with a fumble, but they were driving right down the field just like they did on this series. So, kind of like what we talked about in pregame, Pleasant Groves came out and started doing what they started last week, and even the end of the game the week before that.
But it seems like we're getting a little bit more explosiveness off our line to be able to create some of these holes. So I know that that's definitely one of the areas that we were needing to see the most growth in.
And I think that's one of the hardest positions to see growth in too. Like you start learning rules, and especially as a young kid, as a sophomore on this offensive line, or even a junior, but a lot of unexperienced players, they start understanding the rules a little bit and start working together rather than working by themselves on the offensive line. And you're seeing it take place tonight, and it's a really exciting and awesome sight to see.
I think part of it, too, in the offensive line, offensive scheme that you run in the wing T, I think a lot of young linemen think that the only way I win is if I pancake my guy. And in the wing T, that's not the case.
Get in the way.
Open the door. I mean, if you can open the door for about 2-3 seconds, you've done your job. That's a win.
Yep.
So sometimes I think they can overwork and try to do too much, and then they take themselves out of position. Rios puts another kickoff into the end zone. Big leg for him tonight.
Well, I think now, coming into this game now, Spring Hill's just going to have to start fighting for some of those just small wins, get a couple first downs in a row, just try to get some confidence back into their offense.
That's what you have to do at this point in the game. Like, you're down 28-0. What do? You just play and play out, and keep working it down the field.
I'm sure they weren't expecting this after the game with LE. I think they thought they would come in and have just a head-up game. That pass was intended for number 13, Ryan McClain. It falls incomplete.
It's one of those games that when you get down by this much, you can't try to do too much too quick. There's a lot of time left. There's 3 quarters left in the game, and you just can't try to do too much as an offense right here and just get huge play after huge play and try to come back that way. You just got to stick to your routine and come in what you practice all week.
Stovall dumps it out to the left to Jordan Jones. He is just met by a big hit right there by the Hawks.
And that was Reese Elrod, and I know that just gets his excitement to the next level.
Man, I love the way Reese tackles. That is a great way to tackle. You put your shoulder pads on him, and you grab one of those legs, and you just keep driving. And man, he does it to perfection right there, as you saw right there. But what a great angle right there by Corbin Franklin, number 8, coming inside out and forcing him out to Reese Elrod.
Stovall fakes the handoff, but he's being chased in the backfield. That's a strip by Vic Shaw.
Victor Shaw with the strip sack for Pleasant Grove.
And he came from behind and just tomahawked.
I don't know if you guys saw this or not. I don't know if it's cool or not, but Reese Elrod was on a knee acting like he was a photographer taking a picture of Victor Shaw. I just love kids having fun. That's awesome.
Well, one of the things that I will give kudos to, the whole series, their defensive coach had all of their guys on the bench, still coaching them up, and I've definitely grown to admire this coaching staff, just being able to watch it since before the game plan.
Halter's looking to throw. Got it to Victor Shaw. That's Victor's first reception of this year.
He looked a little bit like Burris out there.
Early in the season, but even before we ever started, I know from Coach Gibson, he told me that Victor Shaw came to him one day before the season started and said, "Coach, you know I got hands." But you know, every lineman says they got hands, right?
Every single one of them, until you put them back there on one of those punt machines and they try to catch one of those. You want to make an offensive lineman feel awkward, put them back there.
Well, he looked good.
Victor Shaw with his first reception of the season.
The jet sweep, but he's met in the backfield. See, that was number 17 for the Hawks. That's Ben Bricker. He's brought down for a Hawks loss.
When we break this huddle, we will be near the 8-minute mark remaining in this half.
Halter throws the back corner. Oh, and it is dropped, falls incomplete. Would have been a great catch if it had been made.
And a flag was thrown.
He almost one-hand caught that. I mean, yeah, he was getting mauled in the back of that end zone right there.
To the point of when he committed that infraction, James Thomas had him covered.
100%.
And I'm not sure if we go back and do that again. I don't know if you throw that ball up.
No, that's just one of those, I think, predetermined passes right there. Oh, he's running a fade into the corner. Let's try to hook him up and hit it. And as a defensive guy, that's almost impossible, throwing those back shoulder fades. It's a tough play.
Halter's rolling left. He's got a receiver open. That is a touchdown for Pleasant Grove to Davion Stewart.
Touchdown, Hawks!
Now, I don't know how many hard decisions Jarrett Halter has had tonight, but he just had a hard decision. Which one of those open Hawks does he throw the ball to?
And I'm surprised he didn't throw it to his open best friend.
If you go
Lance
back and
Jackson.
if you go back and look at the replay, he was waving his hands, and he's probably glad that Tom Brady is not his quarterback.
Ball is picked up. Galvan's trying to get to the corner and doesn't make it there. So the extra point is no good.
Here's Lance waving his arm.
Well, I think that there was people around. He was waving his arms, I think, just because he probably didn't see them because he's 6'5".
Right.
I think Lance was thinking basketball, like throw me the oop right there, you know?
Throw it to the back of the end zone, please.
Okay, so Coach Waka. So Hawks have a little extra fire in their step right now. They're playing with some swagger. How much of that is just attitude? How much of it is they're doing some new formations tonight? They're running some different motions. Some guys are in different places. What's the secret sauce? And there's new fire in them tonight.
I think it set it off when Keelan ran that touchdown back on the first play of the game. And that's a huge momentum changer. And I think last week, too, being able to come off of that big win and a shutout win by the defense is remarkable. So I think the way they're playing tonight is just based off of those two things. And they're not looking back.
Kickoff is taken near the 5-yard line, brought out to the 25 at the 30-yard line, and brought down close to the 35, maybe about the 33.
And that was some good hard running by Carson Tidwell there to bring that ball out to give them, not bad field position.
I think Pleasant Grove's had a lot of big hits tonight, too, on that defensive side. I think that gets people rolling, and it gets people that mind attitude that, hey, I want to make the next big hit. I want to make that next tackle. So I think that's what they're kind of living off of. Who's going to make the next play?
Well, I talked to Keelan Benton after the game last week, and he definitely talked the importance of keeping that goose egg on the board. And so I'm sure that's still their focus tonight.
Stovall, a little delayed draw. Hands off. And there was, can't make the number, that was number 44, the fullback. Julius Hawkins on the carry, but he receives a big hit from a Hawk.
And Julius Hawkins, that's Mr. McFadden. Mr. McFadden. Great hit there.
Man, that kid is going to be special in a couple of years. I mean, he's only gone through one Pleasant Grove Hawk strength and conditioning program. It'll be awesome to see how it looks next year. And I'm just super excited to see how he's looked this year. He's a guy that you can't take off the field.
Panthers send a man in motion. Stovall's dropping back. It's going to be a screen play. Threw it at their feet.
Yeah, Scotty Randall and Victor Shaw there read that, and they stayed back into their positions to be able to create that chaos and not give him a lane to throw that ball in.
If it's always too easy to get past your guy, then something must be up. So you must be running a screen. It's like that.
Hawks are shifting D-line, and nobody ever really got down and set for them. They were moving all over the place. Pass is complete for the Panthers out to number 10, Brennan Ferguson. Ball is brought to the 45-yard line for a Panther first down.
And Alex Galvin was there and made a good stop once he did catch the ball.
It's Ferguson again. He's got away. He's got pretty good speed. That's a touchdown for Spring Hill.
That guy has some wheels.
Yeah, and Victor Shaw, I believe, had his hands on him, and he was just able to pull through it.
Yeah, when that guy got out into the open, there was a couple of our Pleasant Grove guys that were catching him, but he was down that sideline quick.
And that's one of those wins that I was talking about earlier. You just take that and keep adding on to it.
Exactly. And you know what? I think when Pleasant Grove comes to the sideline there, they're going to say, dang, we were right there. We had them 3rd and 8, and we didn't get set up right on the defensive line. We didn't really get a pass rush because we weren't lined up right. And I think they're going to come to the sideline, and I'm almost positive that they're going to bring up that play and say, get it lined up right so we can get a pressure on those guys.
Yeah, he broke 2 tackles, actually, to get that. Alex Galvan just rolled off of him as well. And, the good thing is that's some things that can be coached.
At least we had guys there. The worst is when it's a broken coverage.
Absolutely.
And we didn't have there. And That's a physical issue that you can correct physical issues. Mental issues are what hurts defense.
Let's give a couple of scores from our district. Pittsburgh is leading North Lamar right now 29-0 with 2:57 left in the first half. And Gilmer is leading Liberty Ilo 10-0 with a minute and a half left in the first half. I think that one's a little bit closer game maybe than some people were expecting.
We've got a different front five than we normally have, and this is why.
Oh, that should be a flag.
It was an onside kick. It's recovered by the Panthers.
I want to say that the Panther guy got there a little early and hit the guy that was returning the ball.
Well, Bain Brinkman was there to lay the hit on McFadden.
I think really before he got a chance to. Yep, that's exactly what it's going to be a call. Yep. There was a flag there.
And I don't believe that McFadden is normally on the kickoff return, and I saw one of the coaches actually pull him into the huddle to put him out there. So they knew it was coming as far as the onside kick.
I don't know if it was an illegal touching. I think he actually got to the guy before he was able to receive the ball. You have to give the guy a chance to touch the ball before you hit him.
That was a good executed kick, though.
It was an excellent onside kick. I don't know if we get it if he didn't touch him.
Yeah. And we've got a timeout being taken by the Panthers, so we will go to a commercial break.
Providing excellent customer service while keeping everyone safe is a top priority here at State Bank. We are making your banking experience safer and easier with our new curbside banking program. Almost anything you need to do inside the branch can now be accomplished with curbside banking. Need to open an account, pick up a debit card, or hands-on help with mobile banking? Just pull into a designated curbside spot, call the number on the sign, and a State Bank team member will come assist you quickly. We are excited to bring you this convenience and are thankful to serve you. Your family, your bank, State Bank.
And we're back for another Bordley touch.
That toss went to Borley, and he just sliced all through the defense to take the ball down to the 30-yard line.
Anytime he touches the ball, it's like I'm playing it on a PlayStation and just have all these little extra buttons that I can push to get him to break through lines and break tackles and extra jets of speed.
Halter tosses to Bordley again. He's met at the line this time. Still managed to power for a yard or two.
I think right there, if he follows, I hope we can get an actual replay of that, because Halter went through. He led block for him and cut down that linebacker. I think if he stayed out there, I think he had a hole to go through.
Bordley very wisely tapped his chest towards the coach, saying, let's give somebody else an opportunity to carry the ball.
That's something I love about our offense, when we lead our starting quarterback up in the hole and hit a linebacker.
Halter's looking to pass. He's throwing to the back corner in double coverage. pass is broken up, falls incomplete.
Jarrett stayed in there and threw that ball knowing that he was fixing to take a big hit, and his team rallies around him, getting him off the ground and making sure that he's okay.
So third down for the Grove. Halter under center. Hands it off to JoJo Bailey. JoJo Bailey's got all kinds of room down to the 5, in for the score.
Touchdown, Hawks!
And I'm going to be excited to see exactly what JoJo Bailey did to number 18, Carson Tidwell, because it was a forearm, stiff arm.
Right to the chest.
Yes.
No, JoJo Bailey on that play tonight had that little counter coming back. And it's been a great play for the Pleasant Grove Hawks tonight.
And Caleb, if we've got a replay of that touchdown, we'd love to see it.
I think Caleb only puts the replays up when we don't ask him for them.
Caleb, I think you do a great job.
Oh, you do a fantastic job. Without you, there's no way Texarkana Game Day for Pleasant Grove would be happening tonight.
Lucas, now that you've said that about Caleb, he's going to get on social media or something and find some high school pictures of you and all that and throw them up there. He's got all the power. You realize that.
Put him out there. Go ahead. I know we only went 2-8 my senior year. I'll announce it.
That is one thing that some of our newer Hawk fans don't realize is that there was more than one 2-8 season in our history.
Another booming kick by Rios. This one is taken at about the 5-yard line. Comes out to about the 27, maybe 29.
And that was Reese Elrod doing a little head hunting, coming back to tackle him from behind.
Empty set. It'll be interesting to see if they bring all that pressure again, but it looks like they're going to play some actual zone this time.
Hawks read that really well. It looked like somebody could have gotten it if they'd have wanted it.
And that was Reese Elrod having all the fun that he wants.
Coach Darby's jumping up and down on the sideline telling his defensive guys, jump, get the ball.
Get your hands in there. No, I think Spring Hill went to that empty set thinking we were going to bring the pressure again, and we checked to an actual zone, which plays really well against the screen.
Stovall looking to pass left. Boy, the Hawks are just hitting tonight. That's Torian Phillips.
Torian Phillips laying the lumber tonight for the Hawks.
And I think that's what people don't realize is this sophomore class has some big, rangy guys. Like, this is a corner coming up and laying that wood. You don't see that in high school football. Corners that big that can come hit like that.
We've said in so many games, they just keep taking steps, getting better and better and better. This is the first game, I'd say, where it just really looks like, okay, they've arrived. Still a lot to learn, still a lot to do. Stovall breaks out of the pocket and takes it up to the left sideline for the first down for the Panthers.
Still being able to get that yardage for the first down, chased by Elrod.
I think they didn't realize how fast he actually was. There are a couple missed angles right there by the defense, and I know a defensive coordinator is, when a quarterback breaks for a 3rd and 15 on the third down, it's really heartbreaking.
Delayed handoff, but nowhere to go. He's brought down in the backfield for a loss. There is a flag on the play.
And Lance Jackson was there for that stop.
Interesting call. The line judge. We call it face mask over here rather than the guy that's on the play.
We've had a short sampling of Torian Fields playing cornerback, but from what I've seen tonight, having him on one edge and Keelan Bitton on the other, I feel very comfortable with our cornerback play.
Timeout, Spring Hill.
And we'll take a commercial break.
Not long ago, Samantha had to raise her hand to leave the classroom. Just like that, she had to decide her future. She knew she wanted to go to college, but she wasn't ready to choose her major. So she enrolled at Texarkana College. At a fraction of the cost of a university, Samantha can start on her basics while she decides what she wants to do with her future. Start here at Texarkana College.
How do you measure success? In points? In wins? Or trophies? At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in our community support, in being there when you need us most. We're your shield, we're your shelter.
For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Brian Bolt in Texarkana.
So we're back from the break. Spring Hill has the ball first down at the 48-yard line. Stovall's throwing across the middle. Was intended for number 10, Brennan Ferguson, but the pass falls incomplete.
I don't know if Colin got his hand on that or not, but it looked like it from my perspective.
I mean, who else? Colin Manning right there to make another play for the Hawks. People are going to start realizing when they cross that middle and Colin Manning's there, it doesn't get completed very often.
Definitely made his presence known tonight.
Stovall looking left. He's got Ferguson again. Pushes him out of bounds about the 45-yard line.
And he was pushed out of bounds by Ezra Youngblood, and that's the first time that we've called his name tonight, but I expect to be calling it a lot in the second half. He had a great second half last week.
He's one of those guys that comes in and fills that inside linebacker job really well, and I'm super happy with Ezra coming in there and being able to play at a high level.
Stovall looking left again, trying to set up that little tunnel. Catch is made, but brought down short of the first down.
Cade McFadden was there to keep him from getting that first down, bringing up a fourth down.
I don't expect them to go for it here. On their side of the 50, 4th and 2.
You know, Ezra and Martin tonight have been 1 and 2 steps away from some tackles, so they're making their presence known, but not necessarily just the one to get their name called.
Timeout taken by Spring Hill.
And we're going to go ahead and go to commercial as Pleasant Grove leads 41-7 against Springfield.
Thomas didn't think he was a college person, but without training and experience, he couldn't land a good job. So he started a 1-year technical program at Texarkana College where he could get real-world experience. He had over 25 program options to choose from, like welding, construction, or automotive technology. Now, Thomas can start his career with confidence and better pay. Start here at Texarkana College.
This is Brian from Flying Burger and Seafood, inviting you to join us for the fastest and freshest casual dining experience in Texarkana. Whether you're hungry for a freshly ground hamburger, the tastiest fried catfish, or some of our amazing grilled seafood or chicken, we have what you want, just the way you like it, and always with a smile. Fast, casual dining, just the way you like it. Flying.
So Jones carries for the Panthers and picked up the first down. It was 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Clock is running in the first half.
There was some discussion whether it was a first down or not, but I think it was pretty evident that he was past the line of game.
My dad might have been confusing him on that chain down there.
Stovall's looking right. Threw in the double coverage. That was intended for Ferguson.
You've got Elrod there, and Colin Manning was making a break late. And I think he was actually wanting to make a play on the ball, but actually got in front of the receiver. Had he come in behind him, he may have had a chance.
Expect a little pressure here by Pleasant Grove.
Second down for the Panthers. Bobbled the ball just a little bit. Pass is just blown up by several guys. Falls incomplete, bringing up third down.
And you were right, Ezra Youngblood was coming in there untouched.
Hot. Tried a little screen outside that they've been, which is a really good play against the blitz.
That, yes.
But it looks like our corner got off his man block, and also Colin Manning was also there, blowing it up, along with plenty other Hawks.
Stovall's got a man open downfield. Great job by the Hawk defense. The receiver had a hand on it, and Caden McFadden went to when he got his hand on it, Caden played the receiver instead of trying to make a tackle, just kind of tried to shake him up and keep his other hand from getting to the ball.
Yes, great play, and we're going to get to see that replay here. Once he touched the ball, he basically pulled his other hand away from that. Great defense there.
That was a great play by McFadden, but that's exactly why you tell kids to go up with two hands and high point a ball right there, because I think if the receiver goes and tries to high point, I think he catches that ball.
Yes.
Great thrown ball.
Stovall scrambling. He's under pressure by several Hawks. He is going to go down in the backfield. The Black Hawk defense ate him alive.
And so great to be able to say Coy Martin was there.
The Black Hawk defense showed up big on that play. Big loss against the Panthers.
That gives Pleasant Grove a really, really good chance to go down and score right before half, too.
Watch this. Hello. Coy Martin just right there.
Spun right into the back one. B.J. Rayfield looked like he was spying the quarterback and saw him sprint out and just went and attacked the football.
Led by Coy Martin.
Halter's looking deep. He's got a man there, but the ball is picked off. Big hit by a Pleasant Grove offensive person. Couldn't see who that number was.
Jarrett got a little upset about throwing that interception, so he figured he'd be the one to go and stop him.
Jarrett Halter's pass falls. Jarrett Halter's pass is intercepted. The tackle was made by Halter.
I wish Jarrett would have saw Bordley out wide, and Bordley was wide open on the edge.
Well, once again, Emory Allen is there to make a play, and so kudos to him. He's had a great night on their defensive side.
The Spring Hill has the ball at the 44-yard line with 1:04 seconds left in the first half.
I think Coach Gibson was talking to Jarrett and was like, hey, come on, you got to see that guy. But then he gave him a little fist bump talking about the hit, I think, at the end. Double
pass for the Panthers. They have got a man open. That is Powers downfield.
And I think that was a wise play call by the Panthers.
Yeah, usually what happens after a turnover is you try to get a great big play right after it. I don't know why, but it always seems to happen.
See if that bend don't break defense shows up for the Hawks.
Stovall's looking at the middle. Ball is broken up. That is number 4, Colin Manning, with a big defensive play. That's your guy, Lucas.
That's weird that we're calling his name again. The man's on fire tonight.
We've never really established a player of the game type thing, but Colin,
player of the half,
is working towards that.
That was a good ball. That was a pass caught for a touchdown by number 10, Brennan Ferguson. I don't think that ball could have been anywhere else other than where he caught it.
No, perfect pitch, perfect catch.
Point after by Ashton Thomas is good. It's 49 seconds left in the first half with a score of 41-14 in favor of Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, I'm not sure McFadden could have played that much better. Just a perfect pass. And I think Pleasant Grove still needs to have that hands team on the front.
After seeing that last one, I would try to do it again.
So Gilmer and Liberty Isle are at halftime, with Gilmer having a 17-0 lead. Good ball game going on over there. Onside kick once again. Hawks recover it this time. That's Ben Bricker on the coverage for the Hawks.
Those are always tough, being that frontline guy. You don't know, hey, is it going to make it 10 yards? Is it not? And, I mean, he just shot it, and that's what you got to do when you're on that front line. If you see a good hop, go attack it and go get it. They can't hit you before that, after that 10 yards anyways, so might as well.
Hawks have the ball at the 46-yard line. Less than a minute left in the first half. JoJo Bailey got the handoff down to about the 41. Timeout, Pleasant Grove.
We'll go ahead and take a quick commercial break. We've got 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
A strong work ethic. Takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help, because we understand what it takes to hire good people It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
As we come back, I definitely want to thank our premier sponsors, Texarkana Emergency Center, Hospital, State Bank, and Greg Orr Auto.
Halter hands it off to Davion Stewart. Stewart's inside the 35-yard line. Clock is going to stop to move the chains at 35 seconds. Hawks go straight to the line of scrimmage. Halter tosses it out to Bailey, but nowhere to go. It's actually a loss on the play. Timeout called by Pleasant Grove.
And we'll go ahead and keep it here. We're this close to half, with only 26 seconds left. Going back to our premier sponsors, definitely want to thank them because we definitely couldn't do this without them. And want to thank our quarter sponsors and our halftime sponsors as well. And I have looked at the screen a little bit tonight and see that we do have a new sponsor with Pizza Hut joining us. So always glad to get a little Italian food added on the sponsor list.
Nothing like some pizza, especially watching a football game. 2011. That's a great team right there. Baseball state finals team, or I guess state semifinals team, got beaten the game before state. Football team made it to the playoffs but ran into the Carthage. Basketball team went to the playoffs as well. So they're all three teams went to the playoffs. And volleyball team was also very, very good.
Halter back to pass, looking short to Lance Jackson. Lance is brought down near the 37-yard line. Timeout, Pleasant Grove.
Favor Couture was there to stop Lance Jackson from getting any further. And I have not gotten any updates on tonight's results from the volleyball team, but the girls volleyball team has been doing extremely well, and they did win. Well, that's great to hear. I think they only have one district loss so far, and so it's going to be fun to see them continue and make it a playoff run for the girls volleyball team.
Yeah, girls volleyball team, and it's special to see. I think they have 3 or 4 freshmen also on that varsity team too, and that's awesome to see. You know, when you got young kids that are going out there and competing each way on a varsity level, and it's exciting for the future growth of that team.
Yeah, tonight was actually senior night for the girls volleyball team, so it's always good to win on senior night. But yeah, North Lamar actually beat them 3-1 this week.
Halter looking to throw downfield. His pass intended for Jalen Borley, a little bit high, falls incomplete.
I think if you're trying to field goal here, it'd be a 55-yarder.
Yeah,
I don't see Pleasant Grove trying to field goal here.
We've got a lot of faith in our kicker, but no sense in,
Now with 14 seconds left.
JoJo Bailey goes in motion. Pass was caught by Davion Stewart. The ball will change hands on downs with 6 seconds left in the first half.
The girls only have one game remaining in district, and it's going to be against Paris at Paris this coming Tuesday. And they'll be playing at 6 p.m. So for those that don't have anything planned for Tuesday evening, make that drive to Paris and support the girls. believe with the win tonight, they absolutely guaranteed them the district championship.
For a second, I thought there was 8 minutes left in the half.
You know, only 8 seconds left.
Stovall drops back deep to pass. Nobody there. He rolls out to his left. Still looking downfield. He's got good eyes, but nowhere to go. Just decides to slide. So Stovall slid to go down. I think a Hawk hit him. And now there's a flag at the 40-yard line.
I think that's a tough defensive play right there. I think they got away with a holding up top too. But right here, he's sliding right before it when he was diving. So that's a tough call right there. But, I mean, hey, the game is to protect the quarterbacks nowadays, and that's going to get called 99% of the time.
And I'm not sure if I try to uncoach that.
No,
I let him play.
You can't, because then you're always going to be stuttering around when you're chasing the quarterback.
Cannot end a half or a game on a defensive penalty, so they
called
are
targeting.
Get one more.
Called it as targeting.
It wasn't to the point where he was going to be ejected because he is still out there.
It's an untimed down. Hawks are all over him. Got a chance to get him. He is going down.
And his second sack of the night. Mr. Corey Martin is there with his friend Victor Shaw to help make sure that he is down. End of the first half. Pleasant Grove leading 41-14.
Whenever you can apply pressure with only bringing 3 guys, then you're doing a great job on the defensive side, because then you can put 8 guys back in coverage, and especially on the last play of the game, you can apply pressure with 3 guys, then your day's going to be made on the defensive side.
Well, I wasn't expecting 41-14, but I do think that the coaches are going to have plenty to talk about and coach their guys up during halftime.
On both sides, I think there's been really good play on both sides, and I think on the defensive side, the last couple series has been a little shaky, and the same thing with the offense. So there'll definitely be some coaching up on the offensive side and defensive side. But hey, they came out to play tonight, and I'm really excited the way they've started playing tonight.
Well, we're gonna let y'all enjoy the halftime show put on by your Spring Hill band and your Pleasant Grove band and the drill teams, and we will see you at the beginning of the next half.
If you're thinking of building or remodeling, start your project with Raiderville Lumber and the Design Center. Our full-line lumber yards are stocked with the building materials you need for your project. The Design Center offers doors and windows, flooring, cabinetry, countertops, appliances, and more. And our team will help guide your project every step of the way. Take advantage of our custom kitchen design service. We'll help visualize your project with a 3D rendering of how your new space will look. Red River Lumber and the Design Center is proud to be a Day One sponsor of Texarkana Game Day.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to halftime with the Blue Brigade Warriors Flags. As the band prepares to take the field, we ask that you please consider the time and effort each student put forward in preparation for this moment. Springfield High School thanks you in advance for your time and attention. Springfield Independent School District is proud to present the Blue Brigade under the field direction of head drum major Haley Yoder and assistant drum major Addison Whitney. The Springfield band marches with the pride and style of our nation's military, executing intricate maneuvers in close order marching while performing traditional marching music as they continue the rich heritage of the American military band. Their program includes a loose straight fanfare by Larry Ward, the drum major by Haley, key players by Jewel, and Frida Roca by Texas, key special by Keeper, and American Legion by Parker. This is the Blue Brigade! flag lines. And the head majorette is Abby Waltz. And the flag captains are Addison McWitty and Riley Walters. The majorettes and flag will perform to the hit Starships. Congratulations to the Marcher of the Week, Jackson Diggins. welcome to the field the Pride in Motion, the award-winning Pleasant Grove High School Marching Band. The Pride in Motion is under the student leadership of drum majors Leslie Reyes, Maggie Parker, and Miguel Rodriguez. Guard captains are Thea Williams and Hannah Ryan. Percussion captains are Julia LaVey, Zach Dewey, and Timothy Overlock. Band captains are Casey Tuberville, Andrew Murphy, and Liz Silva. Tonight, they will be performing their 2021 production entitled Ramadan.
Mr. D's two sons are band directors.
Two sons? You only have one son.
Basties and somebody else.
Basti? Is he like the main character?
Yep.
Well,
There's another D Sarah.
I know Bob. Either way, he's my age or he's a year younger than mine.
Ask Caleb if these cameras are anywhere close to if 1 and 3 look close. Ask Caleb if camera 1 and 3 look close.
Does camera 1 and
Okay, so what's the problem? What's the problem with 1? Leafy green.
by Bass Dees, Tony Dees, Ed Grissom, and Jody Digby. The freshman of the week is Carson Taylor. The marchers of the week are Taylor Power and Hunter Digby. The section of the week is the baritone section. The Pride in Motion would like to thank the following: the PG Band Boosters, Superintendent Jan Burke, High School Principals Kristen Giles, Neil Kaiser, and Gary Hill, and our proud 2021-22 sponsors, Dr. Kevin and Laura Forbes, Red River Records Service, Stevie's Towing and Recovery, and then Recreation. Here now, more Honda of Texarkana, more Hyundai of Texarkana, Roll Casa Organics, Schlotsky, Auctions Free and Landscape, Bubba Green Towing, Judge Proven 24, and the Band House Music Store. The Pleasant Grove High School Band would like to extend you all an invitation to join us at the UIL Area Marching Competition next Saturday, October 30th, at Glendale High School Stadium. The Pride in Motion performs at 2 p.m., and we need Hawk Nation to show up and show out. Go Hawks!
Pleasant Grove Hawks are coming back onto the field. Your Spring Hill Panthers will be joining them shortly. Spring Hill band lines up to bring them onto the field. Pleasant Grove is leading this game 41-14. And not exactly the halftime score I was expecting. I was expecting Pleasant Grove to be leading at this time, but just not by this point.
And I take it back a couple weeks ago after the last non-conference game, and I believe it was against Carthage, right? The last non-conference game.
Yes.
And Coach Gibson called all those guys in, and they had a kind of like, hey, a new beginning, and throw all their stuff away, and kind of start new. And I feel like ever since then they came out, it's almost been a new team. And how much confidence and swagger, I like to say, attitude they kind of have. And that's what we're seeing tonight out of the Hawks for sure.
Well, even in that Carthage game, even though it resulted in a loss, that first half was one 100%. Of the best games they played, and that was when the defense really decided to show up and be a little different than they had been. I think that was the game they changed schemes in. Yep. As well.
4 down. They went to a 4 down front, and they've ran with it ever since then. And they've obviously been successful.
Well, during halftime, I walked around the crowd a little bit, and a couple of the fans definitely said that there was a different feel that they had from the sideline, from the young men playing. So it's being felt everywhere.
The ball is teed up. Enrique Rios is about to get us started with the second half. Ball's taken inside the 15. Out to the 25.
And who else would make the play after the start of the half? Colin Manning starting it out hot in the second half. I know I've been all over him tonight. And he just gained a huge fan out of me tonight.
He's definitely played with a little swagger tonight, and good to see that come out of our safety position.
That's one of the fun things about high school football. I mean, I think you see a lot of progression in athletes from the beginning of a season as the season moves on. You know, guys that were your average guys early become your studs later in the season. Stovall hands it off to Powers. Cut it back against the grain and went back up the left-hand side. Brought down after a gain of about 5.
And he threw a good stiff arm at McFadden, but McFadden just, drove through that and was able to get him tackled.
Yeah, it's one of those when the stiff arm comes at you. McFadden almost looked like he lifted his arm up and got up underneath his pads and drove him back a couple yards.
Give to Powers once again, working up the middle of the field this time. Looks like he got the first down, brought down by several black jerseys.
Coming out of the half, Spring
Ball
Hill,
spotted at the
coming out of the half, Spring Hill moving the chains, getting some of those small wins.
Stovall looking to throw, nobody there.
That is his third sack of the night. Coy Martin.
Talking to the defensive coaches, they were really excited about him moving down from outside backer down to defensive end because Coy really can run. He's one of the fastest players probably on this defense in straight line speed. So they were really excited about to see where his growth could go when he moves down to the defensive line. And obviously tonight he's showing out.
I believe 3 sacks is going to put Coy either as the sack leader or like second place on the whole season maybe. It's going to be pretty close.
If I'm an opposing quarterback and right-handed, knowing that I'm rolling to my right, he's going to be in the back of my mind coming in behind.
It's 3rd down and 11 for the Panthers. Stovall drops back. He's looking right. Comes across the middle of the field, and the catch is made. That's by number 8, Eric Morrow. That's a Panther first down.
Alex Galvan was there on the coverage. Tried to make contact right when the ball hit the receiver, but it just wasn't enough to jar it loose. And that takes us to the 9-minute mark of this third quarter.
Morrow in motion to the left. He takes it on kind of a jet sweep and goes out of bounds on the left side, past midfield.
Pleasant Grove kind of playing that bend but don't break attitude right here. This is a big series right here for Spring Hill to kind of stay in the game too. I mean, they're putting together a really good first series coming out of the halftime.
Jordan Jones in the backfield with Stovall.
Shovel pass to
30, Brooks Hill.
To the tight end. He was split out a receiver, then they motioned him back to the backfield. It's a little wrinkle right there by Spring Hill. Really good play.
And I believe that was Garrett Harrison that came in to make that play.
And the handoff to Jones now.
Wow, run that play, then get right under center and run a dive straight up the gut.
Spring Hill trying to go in the hurry up a little bit, at least kind of going quickly. Give to Jones again. He's bounced it to the outside on the left. Tackle's missed on the outside, but then he's pushed out of bounds near the 22-yard line.
That's some good hard running by Spring Hill right now.
Handoff to Jones again.
It looks like Pleasant Grove's running a 3-4, but it looks like they're bringing in Lance, and they're going to go back to that 4 down front.
Julius Hawkins takes the ball around the left side.
Good tackle by Reese Elrod there.
Gift to Hawkins once again. He's met at the line of scrimmage, but looks like he got the first down. Makes it 1st and goal for Spring Hill. Stovall looking to throw it, threw it behind his receiver, and it falls incomplete to bring up 2nd down.
Well thrown ball there definitely would have been a completion. Not sure if he would have scored because I think Keelan would have been there to make the stop.
I've been pretty impressed by number 10, Brennan. His routes tonight for Spring Hill, he's been running really well, and he's really quick off that line of scrimmage.
Hawkins in the backfield along with Stovall. Give it to Hawkins. He's barreling up the middle. All power. And that's a Spring Hill touchdown.
And that's exactly what Spring Hill needed to do coming out of this first half. Put some points on the board.
Ashton Thomas point after is good. 6:35 left in the 3rd quarter with your score 21-41 in favor of the Hawks.
Look, as you mentioned, Brendan Ferguson, number 10, running such great routes tonight. He is their leading receiver with 631 yards already, averaging about 17 yards a catch, and has 8 TDs on the year already.
Yeah, I'm looking at this as you're showing this, and 36 receptions, 631 yards, averaging over 17 yards carry, 90 yards a game through the air, and he has probably passed that tonight or been really close. I think he has a 70-yard touchdown screen pass tonight on top of that.
The last couple of kickoffs that the Panthers have done have been onside kicks. Let's see what they'll do now.
Had to get a time correction on the board. We've got 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter. Pleasant Grove leads 41-21.
The Panthers onside kick it again, recovered by Caden McFadden for the Hawks. The Hawks will begin this possession at the 46-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, he's been drilled a couple of times on these onside kicks. Imagine next time at practice, he'll probably start dropping those. Coach put somebody else in that spot. But he did a great job maintaining control of the ball on that one. He got hit pretty hard.
Halter sends Borley in motion. It's a fake toss and then a give up the middle. Really nowhere to go. He's met at the line of scrimmage and brought down.
Yeah, on that particular play, I definitely did not see the push that we've seen by the offensive line in that first half.
Looked like right there, just as you were saying, Jay, the O-line got pushed backwards into the running lane.
Brinkman was there to make that stop.
Looked like Halter was trying to get his receiver to change sides, and in the midst of that, a flag was thrown and called a false start against the Grove. To give to Bordley around the left side. He's got a little room to get some of it back. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage at about the 46.
JoJo was there on the edge. Put a pretty good block on there to be able to get him to the outside.
That's a good stand right there by Spring Hill. Worked down or had a probably 10 to 15 play drive on the last series and getting the ball back here.
First time tonight we're seeing Cade Martin punt for the Hawks. Gets it away, and it's going to be back deep to the Panther punt returner. Number 81, Emery Allen, makes a fair catch. Ball's going to be spotted down at the 26-yard line for the Panthers to begin this drive. Hawks need to make a stand right here, kind of change the momentum a little bit.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how the defense comes out after giving up a score and whether they're able to keep them out of the end zone.
Jordan Jones in the backfield with Stovall. It's a give to Jones around the left side. Not a lot there. So Jones is brought down for a loss by several Hawks, led by Victor Shaw.
Yeah, once Victor got his paws on him, he wasn't going much further.
Second and 10. Stovall fakes left, throws right. They got the little tunnel. That's to Brennan Ferguson. Ferguson takes the ball down to the 44-yard line. That's a first down for the Panthers. The Panthers are going hurry up again. Hawks are still running around trying to figure out where they are. Give to Jones around the right side. He is brought, I guess he was brought down inbounds. They still wound the clock. Jones looks left, completes the pass on that side. A good tackle made. That's our man Colin Manning once again. It's going to make third and short, third and about 2. Hand off to Jones, and he is stopped into backfield for a loss. That's a big play for Pleasant Grove.
And Lance Jackson was in on that, but that was definitely a great stop by Pleasant Grove.
This is a big fourth down play for both teams right here. Stovall throws a jump ball. Great defense by the Pleasant Grove Hawks. That's a huge stop.
Big defensive play by the Hawks to make the stop. Ball goes over down to Pleasant Grove.
Now, Keelan Benton made a great defensive stand there. Basically taking their best receiver one-on-one there.
Keelan reminds me a little bit of Tyler Kelly. You know, he's not a real big guy, but he gets in good position. He's got great wheels, sees the ball well.
He gets his head turned around quick and is able to find the ball.
So Hawks begin this possession at the 49-yard line of the Panthers, and they really need to make a statement right here. Halter tosses it out to the left to Jalen Boardley. Jalen's got a little bit of room, but then it closes down quickly.
And Bang Brinkman was there for that stop. That defensive line of the Panthers has definitely played a little bit different than they have the beginning of the game.
Halter gives it to JoJo Bailey. JoJo's working hard just to get a couple of yards.
Yeah, Spring Hill's defenses came out to play in the second half. They were playing with a lot of energy. I'm sure the way they're playing, it looks like when they came in the halftime, coaches were getting them fired up and ready to rock and roll this second half.
Bang Brinkman looked like he was the first one to make contact with the Hawk, and then Brooks Hill came in and sort of finished that tackle off.
Boardley in motion to the right. He takes it on a toss on the right side. He's got a lot of room. That's a Hawk first down. Ball's down inside the 35-yard line.
James Boardley around the right side for the Hawks. Takes the ball inside the 35-yard line. That's another Pleasant Grove Hawk.
I think you love running the football when all you see is green in front of you and nobody within 20 yards of you when you touch the ball, especially a guy like Boardley.
It's a fake toss and a give inside to Boardley, who's barreling up the middle, spinning and turning and twisting, getting good positive yards for the Grove.
Yeah, it looks like Cameron Webb was there to help make that stop. And I'm not sure if Pleasant Grove's going to be able to get this play off before the beginning of the fourth quarter, but it'll be close.
I think they're going to let him play that.
Coach Gibson is giving them their fourth quarter pep talk there. There's definitely going to be 12 minutes left in this game, and there's definitely a lot of ball game that can happen. You know, Spring Hill sort of got the worst end of that last week against Liberty Ilo. So I'm sure their coach is probably bringing that up, saying that they could definitely do the same if the same effort was put on the field.
Exactly. I mean, that was the first quarter I would say they probably won. I mean, but you kind of saw it towards the end of the second or the first half too. The last probably 5 or 6 minutes was a couple turnovers by Pleasant Grove, and Spring Hill capitalized on both of those. So the way Spring Hill's playing right now, I think we're in a good game here down the wire. Pleasant Grove, if they capitalize on this, I think it could make it hard for Spring Hill to come back, though.
Yeah, I think it would be too much for them to come back if Pleasant Grove does get some points out of this series.
Halter gives to Boardley. Boardley just lowering his head, getting a full barrel of steam wherever he's going right now. Boardley picks up the first down for the Grove. The ball's going to be placed at the 19-yard line.
Brooks Hill was there to make that stop for the Panthers.
Give to Boardley once again up the right side. Just kind of lowers his head and runs over a guy. Nothing fancy there at all, just positive yards.
And that was Emory Allen. He just continues to have a good game on the defensive side for the Panthers.
Halter tried to hand off to Youngblood, and then both of them, lost the ball, but Halter was able to get back on it. That's a big play for Pleasant Grove just to get that possession back. Halter's looking to pass. He's got his man open. That's Jalen Bordley on the left. Shy of the first down, maybe a yard shy, 2 yards shy. Let's see where they spot it. Coach Gibson seems to be keeping the offense on the field as it brings up 4th down. Officially, it says 4th and 2.
The Panther that was in charge of keeping that outside containment got caught looking in.
Yes, he did, and it was a good pass right over the top of his head.
Halter throws it to Victor Shaw. Victor Shaw is just barreling and trying to get his first score.
That's a good catch right there. He got hit as soon as he caught that ball. Great athleticism hanging on to that football while he was getting hit.
Yeah, that was Carson Tidwell with the hit there. Brings it 1st and goal.
Telling you, Victor Shaw is going to go to coach and say, I told you I got hands. Ezra Youngblood trying to get to the end zone, but didn't make it that time. It's going to make a 2nd down for Pleasant Grove. Reese Elrod going in on offense this time.
I wonder if something happened to Davion Stewart. I haven't seen him in this second half either. I see him on the sideline. He's limping around a little bit.
Hand off to Borley over the right side. That's a score for the Grove.
And with 8 minutes and 23 seconds remaining, I'm just not sure if there's enough time left for Spring Hill to be able to come back from a 48-21 scoring difference, assuming this PAT is good.
No, not with the way Pleasant Grove runs the football. I just don't see it happening either.
Rio's point after is good, and it was a really good effort by Alex Galvan. It looked like the snap hit the ground, kind of rolled to him a little bit, so to get it and spot it, and then for your kicker not to lose his rhythm, really good play by both of those guys.
And I saw that too. If you weren't going to point that out, I was about to, because that was definitely a great effort by Alex there.
So that's a good answer for Pleasant Grove. Kind of come out and get punched in the mouth a little bit to begin the second half, but you get up and throw your own punches. Kickoff is taken by Jordan Jones. He's working the right side of the field, trying to find the lane. Taken out of bounds about the 28-yard line.
That was Zorian Jackson on the stop there.
How many scores does Bordley have tonight?
think one.
Was that the first?
Two.
I know he's got two.
He had the long run. And then that one, I think three passing touchdowns, right? That would equal 35. So we're missing a couple touchdowns.
Little reverse trying to happen in the backfield. Hawks read it well. Didn't go anywhere. Big loss on the play.
JoJo Bailey's had one.
That was Coy Martin there on the tackle for loss.
And then Keelan Bennett. So I guess two.
I often get too excited as a fan and I forget who scores.
Agreed.
Stovall's looking right. Got Ferguson open. I was reading during halftime on the message boards that a lot of us keep up with, and a lot of the Spring Hill fans were saying that Ferguson, number 10, is their best player. I don't know if he's the best or not, but he's certainly a very good one.
He's definitely been the one that I've seen stuck out tonight for Spring Hill for sure. Like when they have a go-to play, they always seem to find him.
Stovall looking at the middle of the field. His pass falls incomplete.
That was very good defense by Reese Elrod there. Left hand on his back, right hand blocking the pass.
That pass was intended for 13, Ryan McLean.
Now I'm checking our Texarkana Game Day feed with the Gilmer-Liberty Allo game, and Gilmer has stretched that lead to 44-7 against Liberty Allo.
Thomas's punt is away. Hawks all get away from it. Ball's going to be down at the 38-yard line. So there's 7 minutes and 25 seconds left in the contest, and the Hawks will begin this possession at the 38. Elrod was over in the offensive huddle like, put me in, coach. I still got some gas in the tank. Halter hands it off to R.J. Collins around the left. Not a lot of room there for him.
Emory Allen did a very good job staying home there.
Pass was intended for JoJo Bailey. A really good defensive play there for the Panthers by James Thomas.
Yeah, it was really good. Good ball, good going up and catching it, and just got hit right at the perfect time by that defensive player.
Ball might have got there just a little late. I mean, yes. he had the space, and Thomas closed on it real well.
I'd like to see a little more oomph in the pass, maybe, rather than
not so much air
floated out there. Yeah.
Timeout called by Pleasant Grove.
We are going to go to a commercial break. Pleasant Grove leads 48-21.
Welcome to Texarkana Magazine,
where everyone is famous in their hometown.
Every month we have the privilege of interviewing guests and sharing their inspiring stories with you.
You can find Texarkana Magazine at many locations around town. Look for us on the first of each month, where we publish a new print issue, and online every Tuesday.
We'd love to connect with you. Check us out online at txkmag.com and follow us on social media.
Stay famous, Texarkana.
And we're back from the break. We're at 3rd down and 7. Hawks have the ball at the 41-yard line. 6.5 minutes left in the ball game.
Taking a peek into the Texarkana Game Day Texas High feed, they lead 34-9 against Jacksonville at the end of the 3rd quarter.
R.J. Collins at the bottom of the formation, 1-on-1 situation. That was a give to number 9, Keelan Benton.
That's a good little wrinkle to see him in there on the offensive side.
When I first glanced at his number as he was running towards me, I kept seeing number 2, and I knew that couldn't be right.
I love seeing him on the offensive side sometimes. I mean, obviously how electrifying he is with the balls in his hand. It seems like he always makes a great play.
I do hope we get to see number 2 sometime this season.
Jalen Borley broke it. He's going to take it to the house. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Pleasant Grove.
He made a move on James Thomas. He just made James almost stand still.
I think it did make him stand still.
So cool.
It made us all stand still when he made that move. I'd have hated to be. I think any player out there in open space against Bordley kind of looks the same.
Yep, that's a replay we need, Caleb.
Don't be giving me an excuse this time. I have to give it.
Here it comes. That was just pretty all the way around.
Oh.
Yeah, he put that move on number 3 right there and spun him all the way around.
I think our flag runners left one of the flags down at the other end.
Yeah, it looks like Traveler and J.M. Law both have their flags still walking down on the sideline. But I think it looked like we were missing a PG, but I just saw Brock Bearden about 40 yards in front of everybody else, so I guess I didn't get my head up fast enough.
I think the K didn't make it. I know Traveler might have some wheels, but he probably can't keep up with Brock.
No, there's no chance. Not many people can. I think Aiden Murray and Traveler Count's kind of about the same speed.
Still faster than I am.
There's the pooch kick that we're used to seeing. Fair catch is called for by Ferguson. It's made about the 25-yard line.
Pleasant Grove has some new guys coming out, it looks like, on the defensive line. Big Daryl Smith Jr. Rylan Hopkins looks like he's coming over to the defensive side a little bit. Joseph Bailey also on the defensive line.
Jordan Jones in the backfield with Jack Stovall, the quarterback. That's a give to Jones. He's working the right side of the line. Kind of got stood up a little bit right there. Gain of a couple. It's going to make it second down and 7. Stovall pumps. He's looking to go downfield. He's got a receiver open, but nothing's there. Falls incomplete. That was intended for number 13, Ryan McLean.
Looks like he had a step on him for a little bit, but I don't know. It almost looks like he stopped running right before the ball landed.
That's kind of what I thought, too. I really thought it was going to be there. And then all of a sudden it was done. And I wonder if McLean coming across saw the other receiver and thought they might collide.
Yeah, and Torian Phillips was right there. Maybe he remembers the hit that he put earlier in the game, too.
So 3rd down and 7 for the Panthers. Got a screen pass and falls incomplete. I'm watching Keelan Benton on the field when we're going into punt formation. He was pointing to the back like he wanted to go back there and receive it.
I would like to see that too. Can't go wrong with board protection. That's the one to return.
Punt is away. Borley is taking it. Borley brings it out to about the 44, maybe the 43-yard line. And that's where the Hawks will begin this drive. 43-yard line of their own side of the field.
He was held up by Bane Brinkman, but Tony Matera came in and hit Borley extremely hard. And I was very impressed. He was also the one who helped Borley get off the ground.
Yeah. I was watching him run. He had about a 20-yard sprint and put it to Borley. I mean, that was a big boy that hit Borley, but luckily Borley was able to get out of there safe.
Halter sends a man in motion, and handoff is to Ezra Youngblood, but he is met in the backfield. I don't think anybody touched that defender. That's a handoff to Nasir Colazo. He's near the first down. Let's see exactly where they spot it. Looks like he's a little bit short. 3rd down and a yard, maybe even just a half a yard.
And that takes us to the 4-minute mark remaining in this game.
Hand off to Colazo again. He's got the first down this time as he barrels his way towards the 25.
It's good to see a few new names carrying the ball.
Number 14, Drake McElhaney enters the game. He's at a receiver position at the bottom of the formation. Hand off to Colazo again. He's working up the middle.
Good little spin move inside there.
That was a great cut right there. He took the ball, saw the first hole, and hit it straight north and south.
He carried that ball like a loaf of bread just for a second, though. I thought maybe it was going to come loose.
And he finally protected it and gained a hold of it, which was super nice.
Toss to the left to Ezra Youngblood. He's trying to find space to get around the end. Gets enough for the first down.
About the time that this ball is snapped, we'll be at the 2-minute mark left in this game.
Handoff to Youngblood once again. Nothing there. Just made it to the line of scrimmage to make it 2nd down.
Yeah, Matthew Martin was there to make that stop. Stop hitting a brick wall.
Halter gives it to Collazo, and he's working his way up the middle. He's kind of found something that he likes and staying with it.
One thing I like about Collazo, when he gets that ball, he hits it. He hits it hard too. He goes straight north and south, and he gains those yards each and every time he touches the football.
Yeah, Emory Allen was there to make that stop, and he sort of grabbed his left knee after that tackle. Now under a minute to play.
Say we need one more first down.
Halter takes a knee.
And that's game.
Won't have to run another play, so you're right. That's the ball game.
Well, great effort by the Pleasant Grove Hawks tonight to be able to keep their goal of district championship intact. So after tonight's scores, it'll be Pleasant Grove and Gilmer leading district with no losses.
Yeah, I think Pleasant Grove played really well. They started out hot, and then I think the third quarter they kind of got a little complacent, but then Coach Gibson and all the coaches got those guys rolling again in those fourth quarter, and they picked it up on the defensive side, and the offensive side started rolling again, and it was really intriguing to see. Obviously, they could have scored probably again at the end of that play, and I think for next week, I think we just getting ready for LE. I think one thing we got to try to control maybe is our turnovers.
Well, and next week's going to be a home game that's not at home. The game is going to be here in Texarkana against the crosstown rivalry Liberty Iowa Leopards, and it's going to take a full quarter game to win that game.
I totally agree. I think we're playing a really good team that has a lot of confidence over on that other side, and I think Pleasant Grove's starting to gain a lot of confidence. So it's going to be a good week of preparation. It's always a good time playing against those teams, and it's good for Texarkana when both teams are having a good year or starting to have a good year in district play for sure by Pleasant Grove, and it's an exciting week for Pleasant Grove versus LE.
Well, Quinn, what did you think about tonight's effort?
Honestly, I came in tonight not really knowing what to expect between the two teams after watching, or at least keeping up with the score of Spring Hill and LE, and I kind of thought it might be a little bit closer game than what it ended up being, but it was real obvious at within the first quarter that it wasn't going to be a real close contest. So hate to see that for Spring Hill. I mean, they've been battling all this season and working real hard, and they got so close last week, and then to come back and kind of get blown out tonight is not fun for them. But I love watching our guys. I really felt like they played with a lot more swagger. We keep using that word. A lot more fire, a lot more passion. I like to see the new formations. I like seeing the different motions, and obviously all that kind of stuff keeps our guys interested and excited as well. So I think that's good. I don't really know what to expect next week as we see LE. LE's put up big points on some teams, and then they played the same Spring Hill team that we just did and just barely hung on to win. So it's kind of almost like schizophrenic. You don't know which one are you going to see. So ultimately, we just have to handle our business, no matter what LE does or doesn't do. We handle our business, and I think we'll be okay.
And I agree. I think one of the things that will be interesting is just to see what Liberty Iola's offense can put up against this Pleasant Grove defense. To me, that's going to be the difference in next week's game. I believe that the Pleasant Grove offense is going to get their fair share of points. It's just, can Liberty Iola answer each one of those? And I guess we'll go ahead and take this broadcast to an end. Thanks for all of those that watched, and definitely want to thank our premier sponsors, Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, Gregor Auto, and State Bank. Could not do this without you. For Quinn Stanfield and Luke Swaka, I'm Jay Davis, and y'all have a nice weekend.